Welcome back to the Dragon Den, my loyal Dragonites. King of Dragons 5000 is back with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Star Wars Black Series R2-D2. And so here we have R2-D2 posing out of the packaging, and before we have a look at the figure, let's run through his accessories. R2-D2 does come with various attachments for his arms, which look really nice, and I love what they look like on him. Other than that, R2-D2 doesn't come with any other accessories, so with that out of the way, let's have a closer look at R2-D2. Here we have a closer look at R2-D2, and this is a really nice figure. I love this updated Astromech body that Hasbro has been using. Taking a look at his dome, it's the traditional R2-D2 head, which looks really good in this really nice silver. His sensor array looks really nice, and I especially love the red detail underneath his eye. He has a lot of blue panels going across his head, which look really good, and I love the intricate work that goes into some of the panel lining. Having a look at his body, it's your traditional Astromech body, which looks really good here. R2-D2 is done in this really rich white, which looks really good, and I love the blue detailing here on the front of his chassis. You can see his panel lines are sculpted nicely, and there are some panels that actually flip open. On the back we still get some really impressive detailing with those panels, however we don't have much paint here on the back of R2. Taking a look at R2's legs, I did notice something interesting about this particular version of R2. This version of R2-D2 is modeled after the Mandalorian, so although the patterns on his legs look like they're on the wrong side, it is accurate to the Mandalorian episode. The silvers and blues look really good and do a good job contrasting one another here on his legs. On the front of his feet we do have these copper tubes, which look really nice, and then we have some more silver accents at the top of his feet. And we do have some really nice sculpted detail here for his third leg. Unfortunately we don't have any paintwork on it. So overall, really good figure here for R2, and I love the work that went into this new Astromech body. With his paint and details out of the way, let's have a look at R2 compared to our usual suspects. Here we have R2-D2 posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and DC Multiverse Superman. Mattel's WWE Elite Series and Mezco's 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. The Lightning Collection White Ranger and the Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. Here we have R2-D2 posed next to that original Black Series R2-D2. And finally we have R2-D2 posed next to R5-D4. So as you can see, a huge improvement here with the scale, and it is properly scaled here for R2 compared to other figures. With the comparisons out of the way, let's have a look at R2's articulation. R2's head does do a full 360 and does extend to reveal his tools. We do have the panels on the side hinging open really nicely, as well as his front arms hinging outward. His legs do a full 360. We have a hinge at his feet. His third leg does drop down, and that foot does have a hinge as well. So overall, pretty basic articulation when it comes to Astromech Droids, but it does work perfectly here for R2. So with everything said and done about everyone's favorite Astromech Droid, let's get him posed for my final thoughts. And so here we have R2-D2 posed for my final thoughts, and overall a much needed update to that original Astromech Droid body. The detailing on R2 is actually well done, and I love the fact that the paint is relatively clean. The fact that his head does extend upward so he can store his tools is a really nice touch, and I'm really happy Hasbro found a way to store his accessories. This version of R2 is so nice, it's really hard for me to find anything to really complain about, but if I had to find one thing, it's that he can't store the lightsaber in his head anymore, but that's a really big nitpick on my part. If you haven't been able to track down this R2-D2, I highly recommend you do so, especially if you've been collecting Black Series and you're not a fan of how small that original R2 figure was. I actually got incredibly lucky, as this R2 does sell out really fast, and I found him just sitting on the pegs at my local Walmart. This R2-D2 was released in the Return of the Jedi Retro series, and it's really up to you which version you prefer, whether it's a Black Series box or that retro card. By the time I'm making this video, R2 is kind of hard to stumble upon, but if you can find a sale or a good deal on him, definitely pick him up. With that being said, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and check out the rest of my Star Wars Black Series videos. If you're in a position to help out the Dragon Den, check out my Patreon, where I have some exclusive content and early access videos. Check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, videos, recent pickups, latest prints, and as always, ring that bell so you never miss another video. And until next time, my fellow Dragonites coming from the Dragon Den, I'm King of Dragons 5000 reminding you to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim. I'll see you next time.